Welcome to the Positive Persistence Podcast, where ordinary people inspire your extraordinary success. Hey, what's up, family? Today I am doing my first solo cast. So I'm a little bit nervous, but I felt that I needed to put this message out there because I heard something yesterday on another podcast that got me thinking. And that is that our past is full of victories that we have forgotten. And you may think, well, why is that important? And for me, I think that's super important because that is where our resilience is actually built from. And you know that I talk a lot about positive persistence and I talk a lot about resilience. And I have been asked myself, how have you been able to overcome some of the adversity that you've had in your life? And I think that one of the keys is remembering that we have been through struggles before, remembering that we have been through adversity before, because there are so many victories that we have in our past, but we have forgotten them, right? When we are facing a struggle or an emergency or some sort of hurdle that life has put in our way and that we need to get through, we forget that we've had pain before. We've had struggle before. We've had adversity before, but we've gotten through it, right? Because we wouldn't be where we are in life right now. And whether you're in a good spot or a bad spot, you've gotten through something before to get to where you are now. And I don't want to get too sciencey, but I know that research actually shows that people who have a strong sense of their past accomplishments are more likely to take on new challenges because they remember the success they've had in the past, which creates new neural pathways, which enable them to have the confidence that they need, the thought processes that they need to push forward because they have that self-belief because they've achieved something before. So all of this to say that we are truly stronger than we think. And what we need to do is we need to tap into our memory and we need to think back of all the victories that we have been stacking up in our lifetime. Because I guarantee you this, if you take the time to think back and maybe write them down, all of the wins that you've had in life, big ones and small ones, whether that be in your career, whether that be in your relationships, whether that be in your personal life, whether that be physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's time to ask yourself, when was the last time you prioritized you? Did you know that research shows that nearly 85% of high performers struggle to maintain a performance mindset while juggling the demands of work and personal life? Those who actively prioritize their performance mindset and personal growth are 30% more likely to achieve their goals in business and life. If you're feeling crippling stress and anxiety, or if you're feeling guilty when you take a moment for yourself, or if you're stuck in the grind and feeling burnt out, you're not alone. Many of us yearn for more, but struggle with the fear of being judged or feeling selfish. And you want to step into the next best version of yourself. That's why I created the Rinse Method, which got me from paraplegic to marathon runner. Backed by science-based proven strategies and now customized for high performers like you. If you're stuck and stressed and want clear steps that you can implement today to move forward, make sure you visit thepositivepersistence.com to download our free Rinse PDF. If you go back and you start to catalog all of the small wins, things that have changed your life in big ways and small ones, things that have changed your perception of yourself in big ways and small ways. Could be little things like learning how to swim, or it could be something big like you have been working your butt off and you finally got that promotion that you deserved. Whatever it is, if you start to write those things down and start to take some inventory of those victories, and we start to stack them up over time, you'll see like the body of your work, of your lifetime, the things that you've been able to achieve up to this point right now. And I think you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised of what you've been able to do when you really look back and see all those victories that you stacked up. Because we know that when we stack those small victories, one on top of the other, they turn into big ones. And when we start to realize that we have won before, that we have been able to carry momentum before, and whatever's standing in front of us right now, that emergency, that adversity, that maybe that season in your life is just a roadblock in your momentum that you already had. And we just need to tap in to that momentum that you've already created to break down the barrier that's standing in front of you right now. Resilience built off of your past success, right? Not somebody else's, not some other situation, somebody else's life, somebody else's words, somebody else's actions, yours. Look back at what you've been able to achieve. And I guarantee you'll start to find some newfound confidence when you actually pat yourself on the back. And there are so many times where we do things in our life where someone else may tell us, great job, you did a really good job with that, or I'm proud of you. And we just say, yeah, thank you, for whatever reason. We don't take the time to actually let that sink in as someone else is giving us some adulation over something that we may have thought was trivial, but they took the time to tell us that we did a good job. So that means that we achieved something there. And we should take the time to sit in that for a second and realize that's another win. That's another success. That's another momentum generator. That's another resilience creator. And even if you don't need that affirmation in that moment, save it for later. Because there will be that time, some point in life, where you're going to need to remember it. You're going to want to remember it. So I want you guys to think about that. Think about all of the successes you've had in your life. Take some time, write them down. Have them, put them in your phone. Make a list, make a note in your phone. So when you're having those days, when you're having those moments and you need some reassurance, you need some affirmation, that you don't necessarily have to look for somewhere else. You have it right here. You have it right here. You have it in your phone to read all the successes that you have been able to stack up over time, creating your resilience and allowing you to have the ability to make a comeback from whatever has you set back. So remember, we're going to end this like we end the normal podcasts. Mindset is everything. Stay positive, stay persistent, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for tuning in and being part of the Positive Persistence family. We're having a great time creating this content, and we truly hope it inspires you to embrace positivity and persistence in your own journey. If this podcast episode inspired you or entertained you, scroll down, hit those stars, and leave a comment or two. Your 5-star reviews and shares encourage us and help us grow the show. So until next time, stay positive, stay persistent, and remember, mindset is everything.